Hi, it's Crystal here, your nature inspired relationship coach, and I'm talking to you having just started to get over quite a heavy cold. And I think, the more people I speak to at the moment, the more people have told me are experiencing colds or who are feeling quite bogged down with this time of year. As much as lots of us enjoy it, I absolutely love Christmas, but I think the preparations are running up to Christmas can sometimes get the better of us. There's a lot of pressure this time of year. There's a lot of focus on trying to get everything organised, and we've just headed into the last proper working week before the Christmas break on the weekend, and so I think there's lots of us running around. You only need to go out into the shops in the last few days to see everybody is, all the shops are really busy and everybody has their hands full. And I think this time of year there's a lot of pressure, there are lots of commitments to people to fulfill, lots of expectations, to get the right gifts for people, to make sure everything's done on time, to make sure we're going to visit the right people over Christmas and not exclude certain people, and to manage family politics and catch up with friends and colleagues before the Christmas break. So there's an awful lot going on. And it's around this time of year that lots of people start to get ill. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think lots of people get ill and get colds and get bogged down at this time of year, not just because of the change in temperature and the change in the weather, but also because I think stress can have such a huge impact on our immune systems in a really negative way that actually we end up feeling quite compromised. And so if we're going to get a cold, this is when we get it. And I've also noticed at this time of year a surge in new referrals to my relationship coaching practice. So I get lots of new couple inquiries and appointments at this time of year from people looking for help in their relationship. And I think it's part of the same thing. I think what tends to happen when we're under lots of pressure externally from other sources, if there's an underlying issue in your relationship, what can happen is all this added pressure can actually expose something underlying. So I'm not saying that all of these external factors and pressures create a relationship problem. If they do, they tend to be more kind of short-term issues, things that are quite superficial and get resolved quite quickly. But what I'm talking about are the underlying deeper issues in relationships. Whilst, throughout part of the year, you might be able to carry on and function in your relationship as normal without really addressing them. But when it gets to this time of year, it's like a pressure cooker. And there are so many different expectations and things to manage that actually we can get to a point where we just can't contain that anymore. So it's a bit like a river that's filling up after every rainfall, and eventually it just bursts its banks and we end up having these huge arguments, these huge crisis points in our relationship. So I think this time of year is very exposing for those underlying issues in your relationship that perhaps you haven't resolved. Underlying resentments that have built up over time, things that haven't been said tend to get said. People feeling unsatisfied in their relationships tend to choose now to voice that. Now, some couples will bring all of that up before Christmas because the pressure's got to them a lot, or they'll just hold on and get through Christmas, get through the new year, and then I'll see a surge of new inquiries in the new year after Christmas is out of the way, where couples just can't hold on anymore and those exposed issues in their relationship really need attention. Now, I think actually that rather than it being necessarily a negative thing, I think that could be quite positive, because when something becomes exposed, that means it's on the table. When something's on the table, it's more tangible, you can see it, which means you can work with it. So it's no longer being suppressed, it's no longer being put aside or pushed out of the way. It means that you have no choice when you get to that point in your relationship but to deal with the issues that have come up. And that's where relationship coaching can really help you. Because what it can do is it can help you to understand what your problems are, understand why you're experiencing a communication breakdown, and really importantly, understand what you can do about it through effective communication, creating a new relationship vision together, deciding and refocusing on what's important in your relationship, and actually thinking about the kind of relationship you want going forward. So actually, starting off the new year in that way can be a really transformative and positive thing that can happen to your relationship. So what I want to leave with you today is just to have the thought that actually if you're experiencing struggles in your relationship and you really are feeling like you're not coping as a couple and you need some support, then don't worry, this is part of a natural cycle. These sorts of things happen. There are no relationships I've ever come across that run completely smoothly all of the time, and nature certainly doesn't work like that. There are always conflicts, there are always obstacles and challenges in your path. They'll be exposed at different times. This time of year, it just tends to be one of those times where relationship issues tend to bubble up to the surface, but there's lots that you can do to help. There's lots that you can do to resolve your relationship issues. If you can't do that on your own, then why not seek the help of an experienced relationship coach to help you through those times? That's exactly what I do. I live and breathe relationship coaching. I help hundreds of couples. I help couples all day, every week to overcome their relationship obstacles and problems, to help you identify what those problems are and to give you the tools to help you to manage those relationship problems going forward so that you can get on with your lives and have the relationship that you've always wanted, that you can actually experience positive closeness and communication and a deeper connection with your partner without that being compromised through all of the pressures of everyday life. So if you want further help and further support and guidance on how I can help you and support you in your relationship, either at this difficult time or in the new year, then please don't hesitate to contact me. My website's www.krystalwoodbridge.com. That's Krystal woodbridge.com. There you can either contact me by email or you can sign up to my free relationship coaching newsletter where you'll be kept up to date with all of my important news, and you're given free, really important information and advice and coaching tips for relationships. And you can also inquire as to my relationship coaching packages, which I can provide as well. So I provide a range of face-to-face and online coaching packages tailored specifically to you, tailored to your relationship, because I don't believe that one relationship coaching package fits all. I really love creating bespoke coaching packages for couples. So don't hesitate to just reach out. Either comment below this video, personally message me on Facebook through my Facebook page, or come to www.krystalwoodbridge.com where you can seek help and you can fill out an online form or send me an email. I just want you to realise that you don't have to struggle through this on your own. Have an amazing Christmas if I don't speak to you before. Have a fantastic new year and just get in touch if there's anything I can do to help. Take care for now. Bye.